There are Cadillac SUVs sitting on used lots right now that the market has completely mispriced. Some because of bad early years that got fixed, some because the name changed and buyers moved on, and one because buyers are confusing it with a completely different generation. I've been working on Cadillacs for over 20 years. I know which ones the data supports for the long run and which ones the market is penalizing for the wrong reasons. These are 5 Cadillac SUVs that can hit 300,000 miles. Not because every one of them will, but because the right example, bought in the right year, maintained the right way, consistently does. And right now you can buy all 5 of them for a fraction of what they cost when they were new. Number 5. The 2021 through 2023 Cadillac XT4. Here's what I think happened with the XT4. Cadillac launched it in 2019 and the first 2 years had real problems. Camshaft actuator complaints, transmission hesitation, check engine lights on cars with under 10,000 miles. Those complaints went into the databases. People searched XT4 reliability, read the early reports, and stopped reading. They never got to the part where Cadillac addressed those issues. The 2021 and later XT4 is a meaningfully better car than the launch years. Complaints on the 2021 and 2022 models dropped significantly compared to 2019 and 2020. The early powertrain issues appear to have been worked through in production before most of those examples ever left the showroom. Consumer Reports still gives the XT4 a below-average overall score, but that reflects Cadillac's broader brand track record more than the specific ownership record of 2021 through 2023 examples. This is where most buyers get it wrong. They see XT4, they see early year complaints, and they walk away from the entire nameplate. Meanwhile, a 2022 XT4 with 45,000 miles and a clean service history is sitting on a lot at $18,000 to $22,000, being ignored by people who associate it with a car that was built 3 years before that one. I talked to an owner recently who bought a 2022 XT4 with 51,000 miles. He had been cross-shopping it against a similarly priced 2020 Mercedes GLA with comparable mileage. His mechanic told him to look at the XT4 specifically because the Turbo 4 in the GLA has a documented history of carbon buildup and valve seal issues that the Cadillac does not share. He bought the Cadillac. 9 months and 20,000 miles later, not one unscheduled shop visit. The 2-liter turbo in the 2021 through 2023 XT4 wants full synthetic oil on a 5,000-mile interval. Do not stretch it. The turbocharger runs off engine oil pressure, and it does not tolerate extended drain intervals the way a naturally aspirated engine will. Verify every recall is completed before you buy. On a test drive, pay attention to the 1 to 2 upshift at slow speed. Smooth and transparent is what you want. Any roughness or hesitation there is reason to look at a different example. Clean 2021 through 2023 XT4 examples are running from about $16,000 to $24,000 depending on mileage, trim, and market. The brand penalty and the early year reputation are both suppressing the price on cars that were largely corrected before most of these examples left production. That gap is working in your favor. Number 4. The 2013 through 2016 Cadillac SRX. When Cadillac renamed their entire crossover lineup, something interesting happened to the SRX. The XT5 arrived in 2017. Cadillac changed the name. Buyers assumed the XT5 was dramatically better than what it replaced. In many ways, it was a genuine improvement, but a 2016 SRX and a 2017 XT5 share significant platform DNA, similar powertrain architecture, and a nearly identical ownership experience. The SRX did not become a worse car when the name changed. It became a car that nobody searches for anymore. When's the last time you typed SRX into a search bar? Most buyers under 50 have not thought about that name in years. That is exactly why a 2015 SRX that's stickered at $44,000 new is now selling for $10,000 to $14,000 in most markets. The XT5 that effectively replaced it starts at $15,000 and goes up from there, fast. You're buying the same general capability for less money because the name on the back is older. The 3.6-liter V6 in the 2013 through 2016 SRX is a naturally aspirated engine. No turbo, no cylinder deactivation in most configurations. A direct-injected V6 that owners have taken well past 150,000 miles on consistent maintenance. The key service item is the transmission fluid. GM issued a technical service bulletin recommending a drain and fill service on these transmissions, and most previous owners never did it. Budget for that service when you buy one. It costs about $150 and is the single most important thing you can do when you take possession of one of these. The SRX also happens to be one of the easiest to use Cadillac crossovers to live with practically. The rear cargo opening is wide and low. The second row has enough space for 3 adults for trips longer than an hour. The visibility is good. These aren't glamorous selling points, but they are the ones that matter when you own a car for 10 years. Clean 2013 through 2016 SRX examples are running $9,000 to $14,000 in most markets, depending on mileage and trim. The XT5 that buyers search for instead is $15,000 to $20,000 for comparable years and mileage. The SRX does the same job for less money because nobody remembers to search for it. Number 3, the 2018 through 2020 Cadillac XT5. There's a reason you see these everywhere. Cadillac finally built a crossover that people actually wanted to drive. The right size, the right interior, the right features. When the XT5 arrived, it sold in serious numbers, and the 2018 through 2020 years represent the settled, sorted version of the platform before the 2021 refresh that bumped prices up. Here's why mechanics like the LGX 3.6-liter engine in these years. It is a naturally aspirated V6. No active fuel management, no cylinder deactivation system with its additional solenoids, lifter complexity, and potential failure modes. No turbocharger to load the oil system at shutdown. Just a naturally aspirated V6 that breathes through a throttle body and rewards maintenance with long life. GM's engineers spent years refining this engine family across millions of vehicles. The XT5 got one of the most mature versions of that work. Long-term owners who have kept these vehicles past 100,000 miles consistently describe the same experience. Routine maintenance, occasional suspension components at higher mileage, the engine itself asking nothing beyond oil changes and coolant service. I've seen these engines in fleet applications approach 150,000 miles on maintenance schedules and nothing more. That's not universal, and every vehicle is different, but it is a pattern I see consistently enough to trust. The 2018 through 2020 years are where depreciation finally starts working for you. The 2017 first-year XT5 had documented transmission calibration issues and recall coverage that left some buyers wary. The 2021 refresh brought updated styling and technology, but also moved the price up. The 2018 through 2020 generation is past the first-year problems and below the refresh premium. That's where the real value is. If you have 2 kids and a couple of weekend road trips every month, this is one of the easiest Cadillacs to live with every day. Comfortable seats for 5 adults, a cargo area that handles a full week of luggage without drama. Technology and features that were $45,000 to $52,000 when new. On a test drive, the LGX should start cleanly and run smoothly at all temperatures. Verify the transmission drain and fill service has been done if the car has more than 45,000 miles on it. That $150 service is worth doing at acquisition if there is no documentation it was performed. Check the Q infotainment screen for any delamination on higher mileage examples. Clean 2018 through 2020 XT5 examples run from about $14,000 to $20,000 depending on trim and mileage. 3 years of depreciation from the 2021 refresh has moved money out of these cars without changing what the LGX engine does day to day. Now, before number 1, one Cadillac SUV almost made this list. The 2014 through 2016 Cadillac Escalade, with the 6.2-liter engine from that generation. The timing was right, the platform was right, but in the used market of 2026, low-mileage, clean examples from those years have moved up in price far enough that calling them dirt cheap requires some explanation. The reason I left it off this list is not reliability, it's value. Prices have started climbing on the best examples, and that's exactly why it deserves its own video. The long wheelbase ESV version in particular has a story worth telling properly. That one's coming. Number 2, the 2020 through 2022 Cadillac XT6. The market never really understood who the XT6 was built for. I've asked customers directly whether they have ever considered one. Most look at me like they forgot it existed. The XT5 takes all the oxygen in the Cadillac crossover conversation, and the XT6, sitting right next to it in every showroom, gets a fraction of the attention. Here's what buyers are missing. The XT6 has 3 rows, 7 seats, a third row that adults can actually sit in on trips under 2 hours, and it uses the same LGX 3.6-liter V6 as the XT5 we just talked about. Same platform, same general ownership experience, except the XT6 gives you the capability that a Chevy Traverse or a Buick Enclave provides in a Cadillac interior at a price that now overlaps with what those vehicles sell for used. A 2021 Chevrolet Traverse with comparable mileage and trim to a 2021 Cadillac XT6 often sells within $2,000 to $3,000 of each other in the current market. One of them has Cadillac interior materials, Cadillac technology, and a Cadillac badge. The other one doesn't. Cadillac announced the XT6 would be discontinued as they shift their lineup toward EVs. That announcement started the depreciation clock early. Buyers who prefer not to own an orphaned nameplate moved away from it. Used XT6 prices dropped while the underlying vehicle didn't change. The engine, the platform, and the ownership experience stayed exactly the same. Clean 2020 through 2022 XT6 examples with 3 rows and the 3.6-liter V6 are running from roughly $20,000 to $28,000. Comparable 3-row luxury space in a newer crossover from any European brand starts at $45,000 and climbs fast. You're buying 3 rows of genuine luxury for less than most people spend on a well-equipped Honda Pilot. Verify the first-year fuel supply line recall on 2020 examples has been completed. The same transmission service question that applies on the XT5 applies here. On a test drive, the shift from second to third at low speed should be seamless. Any hunting or hesitation in that range warrants an independent inspection before you commit. Number 1. The 2007 through 2014 Cadillac Escalade. There's a reason you still see 15-year-old Escalades pulling campers, carrying families, and crossing the country every single day. It's not nostalgia. It's because GM accidentally built one of the most durable luxury SUVs they ever made. When these trucks were new, people bought them because they wanted luxury. The badge, the presence, the full-size statement. But the owners who've held on to them past 200,000 miles discovered something they weren't necessarily looking for when they bought it. Reliability. The kind of reliability that comes from an engine built on a platform that powers millions of vehicles across dozens of applications. The kind that means your local shop has seen the problem before, the parts are at the counter, and the repair bill doesn't require a second mortgage. The 2007 through 2014 Escalade is a body-on-frame SUV. Full ladder frame under a full-size body. The 6.2-liter V8 in these years is built on the LS architecture that's proven itself across Corvettes, Camaros, heavy-duty trucks, and full-size SUVs for decades. Any competent shop in any city in the country knows this engine. Parts are available everywhere because millions of vehicles share them. When something needs attention on a well-maintained example, the repair is almost always a straightforward job. A water pump, a thermostat, a set of front struts, not a specialty component on a 6-week back order, not a diagnosis that requires dealer software. The body-on-frame design also means these trucks age differently than unibody crossovers. The frame does not develop the structural flex and noise that unibody platforms accumulate at very high mileage. The suspension geometry is simple, and the components are accessible. When something wears, you replace it. The truck keeps working. One customer I know bought his 2011 Escalade at 92,000 miles. Today it has 286,000. Original engine, original transmission. That tells you everything you need to know. I've watched customers drive these past 250,000 miles, and some are approaching 300,000, 330,000. One I know about crossed 350,000 with nothing more than consistent maintenance and a timing chain service at 212,000 miles. These are real numbers from real trucks. They're not guaranteed outcomes, but they happen often enough, consistently enough, that the platform has earned the reputation. There's a reason so many large families keep these for 10 or 15 years instead of trading them in. The third row seats 3 children comfortably for a cross-country drive. The towing capacity is there when you need it. The heating system works. The air conditioning works. The things that matter for a family vehicle hold up because the underlying architecture was built to work hard and keep working. Later Escalade generations brought different engineering approaches and different ownership patterns. Some of those later cars have had well-documented concerns. The 2007 through 2014 generation is not those trucks. The long wheelbase ESV gives you cargo space behind the third row and seating that competes with anything short of a full-size van. Clean examples in this generation run from roughly $12,000 to $20,000 depending on mileage, trim, and condition. A platinum trim ESV with under 100,000 miles may command more, but mid-trim examples with documented service history sit in that range and give you more usable family vehicle per dollar than almost anything else in the used market. What to look for? Pull the service records and look at oil change intervals. The V8 in a well-maintained example has been serviced every 5,000 miles or less, consistently. Listen on cold start for any tick that doesn't clear within the first minute. A healthy engine in this family starts quietly and stays that way. Check the front differential for any binding at low speed in a tight turn. That's a $50 fluid service if it's just overdue maintenance, or a more expensive conversation if it's been ignored for years. Verify the transfer case fluid is clean and the 6-speed automatic has been serviced. When these trucks were new, they cost $60,000 to $75,000. The same badge, the same third row, the same V8. Today, because later generations brought new concerns that buyers applied to the whole nameplate, you can drive one home for $12,000 to $20,000. The families who figured this out years ago are still driving them. The ones buying them today are going to be too. If you're shopping for a family SUV right now, tell me in the comments which model you're considering, your budget, and how many people you need to fit. I'll tell you which one I would buy in your situation. And if you're already looking at a specific year and mileage, drop that too. I read every comment. Subscribe for more real-world Cadillac advice every week.